beautiful people? What's up, soulmates? Welcome back to my channel. Sahara, Jasmine. No, the time did not change for this live. The time is 8 p.m. But I forgot to send everyone the link to join me. So I was over here by myself for a long time. And then they decided to join me once they realized that I had just put the link in the chat. So anyway, welcome everyone. Welcome back to my channel. You guys know I am Sabrina Seoul. Tonight is Wednesday night, and tonight we have the Kings panel. We have the men's panel to discuss the topics of the week. And you guys know this is Single Soul Mates. It's revolved around dating-ish stuff. And if you guys are interested in seeing what the Kings have to say, let me go ahead and let you guys know what the topics are. So tonight we will be discussing what was the longest time you were single and why. Have you ever cheated and why? What do you consider wifey material? And how long before you ask your woman, your girl, your baby mama, your side chick to marry you? Okay. So if you want to hear what these kings have to say, stay tuned, keep watching. Shout out to you guys. I see it's 25 of you. The numbers are going up in the chat right now, and that's watching. If you have not clicked that thumbs up, make sure you click the thumbs up. It is free 99. If you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that black notification bell so every time I go live, what's up, Jay Brad? Every time I go live and upload a new video, you will be the first to know. Go into the comment section if you feel like you got some stuff to say. Sometimes I put the comments on the screen and we do discuss those comments. Shout out to my soulmates. I love you guys so much. Hey, Danielle, what is going on? Jay Brad, if you want to join later, the link is in the chat. All right, guys. Hey, Auntie Eva. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all watch the women's panel?
I haven't gotten a chance to. I've watched it a couple of times. I actually was in there
Yes.
a couple of times, but the most recent one, I haven't gotten a chance to, double back on it.
Okay.
I haven't gotten a chance to watch it either. I'm almost afraid to watch it. So I had to face myself a little bit.
Exactly. Like I tuned in and they were talking about eating booty and everything. So
you said
too early for that.
So I was like, I'll just
was not talking about you. I'm not even going. I can't even.
I'll let them do their thing,
We be live. The women be live. We be having fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure y'all do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure y'all do. I'm gonna stay in my corner.
It doesn't really come off like a male bashing session either.
Oh, not at all.
Like that.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not bashing males. If anything, it's like a bunch of girlfriends getting together and we just talking. That's what it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Look at y'all face.
Sure.
I'm serious. I can't. Oh my God, it's too early. We haven't even got started. Oh my God. Okay. So just to let you guys know, on Tuesdays, I have the Queens panel. On Wednesdays, I have the Kings panel. Now, usually half of the questions, so it's usually 4 questions per show. Half the questions I ask the women, the other half I ask, they're usually brand new questions. The other half I save for the men. So pretty much, it's just a revolving kind of thing. Now, usually it's the same question. So if you want to hear what the women have to say, usually with the topics with the men, you can go back and watch the women's show. And if you're interested what the men have to say, then watch the men's show from the questions from the women. So, it's all kind of connected and combined. So yeah, so it's really, really fun. Both are fun, to each his own with, different perspective, different views. It's actually pretty interesting. And I'm kind of glad that I get to sit in on both. But anyway, let's go ahead and move forward. What is the longest time you were single and why? Okay. And I want to define being single, meaning no commitments. Like y'all was single. You didn't have to answer to anybody. Like you can't be like, well, me and her, we been kicking it for like 6 months. And if I've only been just kicking it with her for 6 months, and like, I kind of feel like, no, like single. How long and why were you single for that long?
I was single for about 5 years. Yeah, and the reason why is because I just got out of marriage, and like I got married when I was young, and so when I got out, I was married for seven years and some change.
Mm.
And so when I got done, I was like, you know what? I got some shit to get off of my mind, and just said I'm gonna live my life and do
Was it
me.
really off your mind? You wanted to get it off?
Well, it starts from the top and then it goes down. So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I felt like it was a good way to detox off of, the marriage or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, when you like the thing is when you're in a marriage, a whole situation, and you leave that, you're carrying all of that emotion, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And why would you want to let that off on somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so just having an emotional awareness, shout out to myself for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because you never want to take nobody through that. Because ultimately it's just gonna it's gonna end up bad for that other person. So
Yeah, I had multiple stints, 3 years, 5 years. The very first time was, I kind of gave it my all in a relationship. Like I really did. We were living together. She was disabled, so there was a lot that she couldn't do. So pretty much everything that was left to do, I was doing: cooking, cleaning, hair, nails, medication, like all that stuff. And then I literally saw, this disability take a hold of her, almost almost made her go insane. She had MS, right? So I watched her slowly but surely kind of like go from this beautiful athletic person to someone that can't even stand in line at the ATM machine. So, it got really harsh, and, she started to think things that didn't exist, and then it was arguments, and, towards the end, she left me with my clothes, a pillow, a fork, and a couch because she had no room to put it, and she would have taken everything if she could have. So that rebuild, started from scratch again, I felt like I just needed time. So anything after that was almost triggering, just to see like an argument or anything similar, because I felt like I was in a emotionally abusive relationship, because that's essentially what it became. And then other times I just needed, like Paul said, I needed to discover things and understand what I like and what I don't like. And then, I guess you could just say, just run the streets a little bit and just be free, because it's freeing. It's a really good feeling to not have any, responsibility. So, but this was like after being good during deployments and finding out, that they weren't as good as I was. So it was just like, bump it. So between deployments and between, situations that didn't end well, you need breaks after that.
Right. Dang. So did she give you like, I'm not trying to sound like but did she give you a reason why she kind of like just picked up and like left? Like, did y'all have a conversation prior?
No,
Like,
it was bad. Like it was starting to get bad. And I said, we can no longer exist this way. So either you have to leave or I have to leave.
okay, so y'all had a
Because
conversation.
just randomly arguments would turn into I hate yous out of the blue.
Wow.
So how do you recover from someone saying they hate you?
And you're doing so much. Yes. God, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Your blessings will come. Shout out to you, Jay. Hey, Jay. Thanks for joining us.
What up, fam? What up?
Shirt on, Jay.
Yeah.
Man, look, my AC went out today, bro. This is most shirt I got. My condo, they was like, it's not gonna be till tomorrow. I'm like, boy, Lord, some ice cubes in this piece today.
Okay.
All right, Anthony. And let me say thank you so much, Anthony. And I forgot to, not that I forgot, but I wanted to say it and I didn't get to say it. You're at work. And honey, y'all, Anthony's at work.
You good? You good? I'm not
the
I'm not the boss tonight, so I'm good. But I think I want to say like maybe a couple years, and it's happened in a couple different stints. After breakups, I just try to take some time to myself, really, just try to find myself, figure out, where I went wrong, and process the whole relationship, just to try to make things different the next time. And I take my time easing back in there, because you never want to go into a new situation hurt, because hurt people, So I definitely take my time and process the relationship, and just what I could do differently, and I don't feel like jumping from one person to the next to take baggage with me. So it's usually about a couple years, probably the longest.
So Jay, of course we have 4 topics. I know you saw the topics in the chat, but right now we are discussing what was the longest time you were single and why?
I think it was post-divorce. I really just took some time to heal and figure out what the heck just went on. Like Anthony says, hurting people hurt people, man. So I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going out there and doing more damage. But man, recently, it's the first time I've been single in a minute. I had a major relationship last year, and so I don't have any, I just left lunch with one of my ex-girlfriends, and we've just been really good friends. And I was like, yo, I can actually post a picture of us and nobody can say anything. I'm single for the first time. And she just busted out laughing, man. Because there's always somebody to kind of have, on in the lineup, or maybe kind of working on it or this and that. I'm not nothing. Like I talked to my mama and my clients and one of my homeboys today. That's it. So it's a good feeling, man. Like allowing yourself to get that, like the cure sometimes is loneliness. And allow yourself to develop what that feels like. So I'm in that season, man. It's cool to be absolutely just single.
I appreciate all of these great mature answers. So let me ask you this, because my brain's working now. So after the breaks that you guys took because of those failed relationships, how did you know you were ready to be back into another relationships? Because y'all are saying, you wanted to find yourself, you wanted to heal, you wanted to, kind of, go through that journey and seeing who you were now after that relationship. How did you know you were ready to move forward and get into another relationship after that? Did you know, or were you like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just see what it's about? How was it?
Just to confirm your question, are you asking if when did we know we were ready to love?
No pun intended.
I'm just making sure I front and get the question. Okay, go ahead, Tyrone. I'm sorry, bro.
Jay did kind of touch on it. I think you get to a point to where you really don't care if the world sees you with this person, and that's kind of, for me, I know that's a pretty much a clear sign that not only am I ready to be in a relationship, I'm ready to be in a relationship with this individual. So normally you just stay quiet because you either, like Jay said, you're working on something else, or you got a team, a roster, or whatever. But that's a clear sign for me.
Anthony?
I want to say when I decide to be intentional with the person, as far as I'm actually going out of my way to see you, plan dates, spend time with you. Like if I'm stagnant, then I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready to do this. But if I'm actually being intentional and put my best foot forward, then yeah, I know it's time. Something is clicking with me, and I know I need to get out there, and this person is touching me in a certain type of way, So based on how I move.
P.O.
Well, I'm a little bit different. No, I mean, for me, it was laying down in the bed and looking over at this person, and you're like, what the hell am I doing? Like, this is just dumb. You know, this relationship is taking me nowhere fast. I'm getting nothing out of this. And you start realizing your worth as a man. And you start to say, there's value here, you know, and this isn't just all I am. And this is not just what I can do. You know, I can go further. I can be emotionally involved. And that for me, like, you know, it's one of those moments where you want to take a shower. You know what I mean? You like, yo, I want to knock this, you know, this person that I've been off of me and go back and get back to who I really was. You know, it's like, you know, you've done it all. Now you're ready to just, you know, get back to the real world again. So.
Jay?
When did I know that I was ready to love? It's a weird place, man. It just depends on where I've been in life. But I feel like right now, it's one of those things where I know what my happiness is like. I know what my joy, that's internal joy, looks like. And so if it's somebody to where I feel I can add to that joy for them, and if I feel like they can also add to that joy for me, then cool. If not, I'm good on, you know, just kicking it solo. And there's a certain amount of peace that comes along with that. So if it's not the quote ludicrous group, but if it's not disturbing the peace, then it's usually a pretty good sign that we can move forward with something.
So why do you guys feel like you haven't found that yet?
Finding your person and finding a person are two totally different things.
Say it again for the people in the back.
It's just not occupying a space. You know, like I'm cool in my space. But if I'm going to add somebody to that, then I want to make sure that it's something intentional, that it can go somewhere. You know, it's easy to find somebody to swipe left and swipe right on, or to, you know, invite to the bedroom or wherever that is. And you know, at certain points in lives, and then we've been at those different points. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, if I'm going to add something, I want it to be something of value, man.
What about y'all?
You know, honestly, I feel like I have found that already. It just, you know, unfortunately, things don't work out.
Do you feel like do you get another one of those in life, Ty?
Say that again?
Do you get another one of those in life? Do you feel like, you know, when it's those situations and it just didn't work out, but you found it?
I feel like if it's meant to be, then there's nothing that's going to stop the inevitable.
Yeah. And sometimes a journey is a journey.
Yeah.
You know, like it's needed, you know, the break or the appreciation, the you know, the wanting of whoever that person is, or, you know, maybe they just got to go through some more stuff until they can fully appreciate the relationship, or maybe it's you, you know, we can fully appreciate that part of it, you know?
Yeah. All right. Anthony, what were you about to say? I saw you.
Oh, Jay just threw me off with the jewels he was just throwing. What was the question that? No, you good? What was the question that you'd asked previously?
Like, after all the failed relationships, like, how do you know? Like, how do you know? No, dang, I forgot the dang on question. What did I?
Right, it threw you off too, right?
Basically, how do we know we didn't find that already?
Oh, I mean, kind of like what
Sort
you
of.
were just saying. What's for you is for you, and I feel like I've never missed my blessing yet, you know. So whoever's out there for me, either somebody from my past or somebody I'm just meeting, whatever, will come to me when the time is right. I think timing is everything, though, in everybody's life. You know, some people meet and it's just the wrong time at that time for them to be together. But no matter what it is, a year, 5, 10 years, when they're ready to be together, then the timing will work itself out. So you just have to wait patiently, you know, for your person. Just keep going through your process, just keep doing you. And I call it preparation. This is your period of preparation, you know, to prepare yourself. So when that person does come in your life, that everything that you need to have on track is on track.
Right. Paul?
Yeah, so for me, I realized that every time I left the situation, I gotten better and the other person was a little bit worse off. So that tells me, like, there was progression in me leaving that situation and staying there. I think I would have been stuck. Most of the times anytime I leave a situation, it's because um, I can't further myself in there, right? Like even in my marriage, I left because we reached a point where I was moving and she stopped growing. You know what I mean? And so when you look at it in that respect, you kind of see somebody tugging you backwards and having even when you had those conversations and you talk about it, you're like, yo, listen, you know, this is where I'm at or whatever. And they say, no, I'm satisfied here. This is where I want to be. Then, and you look at that situation, you're like, yo, I know that I could be doing a little bit better. So when I take out and take off and I look and, look back and you see all of that stuff and, folks are, getting with these nutting ass dudes and, you know, being babies' moms and all that other stuff and, going to the jail to go put money on people's books, you see what you actually had and you realize you were the one that was carrying them and saving them. And you weren't, or you're saving yourself when you leave. So,
Mm.
So,
at the time of your life, like in the meantime that you're in right now, and I actually spoke about The Meantime. Shout out to Ayanna Van Zandt. It's a book that she wrote. It's a great book. You guys should read it. But it's called In the Meantime. So I feel like, especially if you're single right now, you're in the meantime. So do you feel like the next relationship that you guys get in, you want to be your last relationship?
Are we still talking about whether we have that 2-year right of renewal period? Or we just is that
okay? I was just
is the renew option still on the table? Or so we're not talking about the renew option. Okay, fair enough. I just want to get the context so that way we can give the correct answer to the soulmates, man. I don't think I would get into anything at this point if I didn't think that it had any long-term potential. But I am not stuck to making a situation something that it's not anymore. I've done that in my past where I want to, something that was only meant to be, a couple first downs. I want to take it to touchdowns. And you can, it's not fair to the other person. Because sometimes you'll create something in them or make them try to be something that they don't necessarily want to be. My wife is a particular type of woman. I don't know. I don't think I've met her, but I know she's going to stand out from a crowd when I do. And so I'm not trying to take just anybody to put into that spot. So it allows me to be okay with being very particular because I know what I'm looking for. I also know the work that I've done personally, and what I'm looking for now is a woman that's done her work. I used to take on the task of doing the work with her in the relationship and being the fixer. And I just realized I'm good on that, man. Not that I'm not willing to do work with her, but I don't feel like it's my job to do her work. And it's not her job to do my work.
Yes. What about y'all? Like what's up with your next relationship? Or do you feel like, nope, I still need some more time to heal? Like I'm still kind of chilling right now. Like, are you ready to find like your queen? Like, do you feel like you're in that space right now?
What do you call those people that believe in like the happily ever after?
Fairy women.
No, there's a word for it. There's a phrase for it. You call those people that believe in all that. I'm sure someone in the chat knows, but I've never believed in any of that. I do believe that it all, it does take work, no matter how much you feel like you have a really great connection with someone. I will tell you that, if it does come to a relationship with me, it won't be anything that I feel like is going to be a waste of time. You know, it will last. If it doesn't last forever, I'll be okay with that. A hopeless romantic. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
So I've never been a hopeless romantic. But I would definitely want my next relationship to last for a very long time. But I'll be okay if it didn't. You know, just the process of going through it all.
Understood.
I personally, I would love my next person to be my person, you know, and that's why I'm very careful on where I take things with people and how I lead it. Because at this stage in time in my life, I don't mind working with somebody and working through things. Nothing is perfect, but you definitely have to come with the work, the foundation, the willingness, and to be realistic and be emotionally intelligent towards things. We definitely have to be on the same path and understand that we have to be on that path at the same time. Like I can't want it today and then you fall back tomorrow and then we're doing this stagnant back and forth movement. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't keep people in my life very long that just don't serve me. And I can't see me taking it to that threshold with them.
I feel like Anthony, I think I've talked about this before. Anthony, I think you'll probably identify with this. There's a certain man that I know that I've prepared to be for a woman, but not every woman is going to bring that man out of me. And I don't want to get into something and end up not being able to give the gift that I have, that I've created inside myself, to that person when I know I have that available. And operate at 60% rather than 100%, because me giving that 100% of myself is going to be some amazing stuff. And then what she then gives in return, we'll make an amazing union that our kids can just like, wow, this is some cool ish. You know what I mean? But if she's not that person, then it's wrong of me to be with her and not give that other piece of me. And then I know that there's somebody out there. I'm willing to be silly enough to wait for whoever that person is, so that way I can give that full all of me that I've worked to do.
Jay is absolutely correct. If I can't feel that comfortability and be the man that gets you flowers and cooks for you and caters to you and do certain things for you, if I can't find it in my heart to do that organically and you're giving me all this pushback, then you're not my person and I'm not operating to my full capabilities. Yeah. He's absolutely correct.
Absolutely. And I feel the exact same way as a woman. Like, because I am romantic, I am mushy. Like, I give my man flowers. You know, you'll come home to the water ran with rose petals in it, with a nice massage and dinner. And, you know, like, baby, let me take you out to dinner tonight and show you off and get dressed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have your clothes laid out. As a matter of fact, I done bought you a new outfit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do those things. But like you said, once I feel like, man, I hope this nigga get his own food tonight. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, once I get there, it's kind of like, dag, like, and I'm not saying all relationships are going to be like that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be mad at you. Like, let me go downstairs and cook him some dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh God, he get on my nerves, but I mean, he did say his back hurt though. You know what I mean? like I want to feel that. That's how I want to be. So I get it. So, you know, to everyone like watching and listening, like, absolutely, like, men and women, we go through the same thing. And me as a woman, I don't think that I ever thought like that you guys thought like that too. You know, that's kind of crazy. Yeah. But I mean, y'all are.
But men don't really talk about it as much, you know. That's why like panels like this are unique, because as men, we just keep it inside. Like, you know, if I said that around some of the dudes I used to hang with back in the Gap, they'd be like, man, that's goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, so you trying to buy flowers and everything. Like, that's really, we have that in our hearts, but not everybody. I'm not going to go pick up somebody tonight at the club and then, I'm going to give you everything, girl. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not cooking. There ain't no flowers involved. It's not that type of party.
Right. Like, that's so deep. That is so deep. All right, we're going to take a pause for the call. Shout out to another round. She is one of my soulmates. She is also one of my panelists on the Queen's Court. We do panels together. If you don't know who another round is, you should get to know her. But anyway, she is putting the links up to the panelists on or in the chat. And with that being said, we didn't get to do it in the very beginning. Glad you were able to join us. Now, let's go around real quick. Let's let everybody know who they're listening to. Who are you guys? Where they can find you on socials real quick, and then we'll get started back after that, okay? Tyrone, Anthony, P.O., and then Jay, okay?
What's up, everybody? Tyrone Wilson. I'm Ready to Love DC. You can catch me at Ty Wilson 21. You'll see me posting about mental health, doing reviews of the show, and then also on my company channel, Cover 6 Solutions, talking about almost everything cybersecurity related. I actually did one earlier today, so that's where you can catch me.
What's going on? I'm Anthony, season 7, Love Ready to Love Miami 2.0. You can find me at IM_Anthony Martin NP.
Yes. Wait, where's it at? Right there.
Get out.
That's everything, Phil. We're not gonna do I deliver none of that today. We just
because I deliver.
We just okay. We just pointing.
Yeah. And don't mind the broken fingernail because I'm over here twisting on some wood stuff.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Well, I'm trying to dig this wood stuff out. No, it's right here.
A little personal there, Paul.
Oh wait, not wood. But, okay. Yeah, you got me.
Jay. Oh, you're muted, Jay.
All right, y'all there?
Yep, you're there. Well, I mean, we can hear you.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna let you get back to twisting on your wood, fam.
No.
But
Twist.
No judgment. You know, just keep the camera up, bro.
Listen,
not that
I'm whittling over here with tools, okay? And my hands.
I don't know if that sounds any better. Yep. Pause, and more pause. But y'all, I'm not working on any wood. My name is Shay Bradley. I think I was on season 3 of The Resort, Ready to Love, and I'm a faithful soulmate. Shout out to every man in here, and thank you, Sabrina, for providing a panel for brothers to feel comfortable and come and have these conversations that we might not have while we out sitting at the bar. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. Someone, thank you guys for going around and saying, y'all know I'm Miss Sabrina Seoul. All my credentials are down in the description box if you want to follow me on all socials. Actually, everything is at Miss Sabrina Seoul. So Blondie Monique actually made a comment. She said, so men don't open it to each other like women do?
Nope.
Dang.
No. I can guarantee you, and y'all let me know, the women in the chat can let me know. Each one of if one of y'all doesn't, I'll be really surprised. Every woman has a group of female friends, if not more than one group chat, in which y'all share all kinds of stuff. You know, you might have your church girls, then you got your sorors, and then you got your girls that you work with, and y'all talk about every group gets a different stuff. Some of them, you know, start off with these brothers ain't nothing, whatever. Men, we talk about sports. We might talk about females, but not the intimate part that hurts our hearts. And what else, fellas?
Money.
Money.
Typically, we normally don't share our true feelings about a woman. Like if we really like her or not.
We'll be like, she all right. She cool.
Right. Go talk to her if you want to, you know. Stuff like that, you know. I do have one guy, my daughter's godfather. I call him my consigliere, and he's probably the only one, you know, that I have conversations like that with.
Yeah.
He'll give me advice. He'll really give me tough love too. You know.
Yeah.
I think we have at least one person though that we rely on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who you would really consider your brother through the fire and the flames and everything else.
Yeah.
But there's no group chat with 10 brothers in there. Man, today she hurt my feelings.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't have
also feel like
If
too,
there
we
is
have
one,
those.
please. If there is a group chat that is doing that, please invite me to it. I'd
I,
love
I
to learn.
made a mistake one day and suggested brunch in the fellas group chat, and they let me have it.
Ooh.
that
For
sucks.
4
Not the
straight weeks.
mimosas.
You know,
Right.
what's so crazy. I think if we do have those conversations as brothers, it's because it's forced. Either somebody's really in a situation that they can't get out of, and really, need to speak about it, or maybe you know, it's a come to Jesus moment where we're like, yo, we need to talk about it. It's like you losing yourself, bro. Like something's going on with you. You know, I feel like it's usually forced at that point. But now we don't really have to.
That's crazy. Well, for the record, I don't have no group chats that I'm in. I have one best friend, that's Angel. And honestly, I rarely don't even talk to her that much about my personal things. Like it's crazy because I just said it last night. Like I talk a lot, like y'all hear me talk about my experiences and some of the things that I've been through. But when it comes to like my present life and like my future stuff with my present, like I'm very private. Like I don't really like a lot of people in my business when it comes to that. And it was so funny because a guy that I was dating not too long ago, she saw him out and she was like, "What's up, such and such?" She was like, "You know, Sabrina's in DC. I told her to come with me." And he was looking at her like, and it was so crazy because I hadn't told her, like, I don't really talk to him no more. And that's my best friend in the whole wide world. You know what I'm saying? So, but group chats and all that, that's so crazy. But that's unfortunate. And I want to say, I'm sorry, guys, that y'all don't have that group hug. Group hug.
This is our
That's why
I think we
are safe place.
Yeah, I think we good though.
Group of, you know, hundreds of thousands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I'm glad that I was able to bring this space, this safe space to you guys. And, you know, and y'all know, like my subscribers, they're real down to earth too. You know, like we all support each other here. Y'all know I don't allow like no negative talk, and they're very positive here. So I'm glad that y'all appreciate this. And I know that they appreciate you guys' input on some of these topics that, you know, we discuss, because y'all be like, dropping a lot of gems, a lot of stuff that we women just don't know. So it's kind of cool. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all, like honestly.
Yeah.
No doubt.
What's in the invoice at the end of the season?
Okay. I'm gonna go give it to the boss in the back. Hopefully she could pay that when she get a chance. Okay. Anyway, moving forward. All right, guys. So have you ever cheated, and why? And cheated, by what I mean by cheated is you're in a relationship, not like, you know, like how I'm gonna be cheating. Like I ain't tell her we was going together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like y'all were in a relationship. She knew y'all was together. You knew y'all was together and you slipped up. Have you ever cheated? And if so, why did you cheat?
I never slipped up.
Oh.
No, I never cheated. I've never cheated, not one time. Now, in a relationship. Now, obviously, I feel like, for me anyway, I feel like this here. I'm not going to be the person to sit there and, you know, kind of drag somebody through the stuff. So I'm very aware enough to call it quits, right? Because ultimately, as a man, like as a real man, you're playing games. If you're sitting there with a whole relationship, you don't have to even be in it just to cheat, right? You don't have to be there. Like you can leave. It's at will, free time, free whatever. So for me, like I'll just be out and then I'm gonna do me. But I never had to sit there and have a whole wife or, you know, full-fledged relationship to where I had to go out and cheat. And I've only been in 3 relationships my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember all 4.5 times that I've cheated.
4.5 Tell me about the halftime.
Well,
Oh,
funny you say that. I was actually with someone that I wasn't kissing and didn't realize that we've never kissed. So I did kiss someone else in that relationship. That was the half, just a kiss. But yeah,
Okay, hold on. Are we
I
talking?
was deployed. I was deployed once. So yeah, I had a relationship during my deployment, and then there was one time towards the end of the relationship. There was 2 times that it happened, and every single time I felt terrible.
horrible.
But it was like towards the end, like we were on the outs, and there was some people that I knew that knew me, so it was just the easy win, you know. And we wasn't getting it in anyway. I was literally sleeping on the couch, you know, towards the end of the relationship. So
Mm.
yeah.
Did
So
you tell her that?
it was cheating? It just kind of, you know.
Yeah, was on the outs of the relationships.
Yeah. So basically, it was supposed to be an agreement, basically saying, if I understand that, you know, we're waiting for this lease to end. It was maybe 3-4 months left, but out of respect, you know, we shouldn't be with anyone else until we're out of the house.
Mm-hmm. Did you tell her you cheated?
She knew. She knew.
Was she cheating?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Mm.
Oh, I have a question though. When
Mm.
you ask this, does this mean? Are we talking about high school?
No,
Or is
this
it any
was
time in life?
matter
Yeah.
of fact, this might have been it was a serious relationship before the show.
Oh,
That's probably too it's too clear, but yeah. She knew.
man.
Anthony.
Yes, ma'am. So I would have to say, yeah, I have. Honestly, I think I went through my little cheating stint. I want to say stint. It was during the military, honestly.
Mm.
Just dealing with a longtime girlfriend back home, and every time you coming home, finding out different things, and just not fully feeling like you're in a relationship. You know what I mean? And just coming from a hurt place. So when you go back to base or go back to deployment, you just act like you weren't in a relationship at that time. But when you're home, you're home. You know, you're good or whatever. But then when you're gone, you're gone. So I think I went through that little stint around that time in my life, you know, and I'm sitting here coming from a hurt place and dealing with the person back home that's hurting you. So like you say, you know, hurt people hurt people. So I definitely went through my little stint around that time.
Jay,
I'm just playing. Yeah, no, I definitely had. Back when I was younger, I just wasn't mature, so it was, you know, it was just a different way of handling things that wasn't productive or from a mature place. So I felt like I learned from those, which was probably the best part of it. And I would tell them myself. I would just like, you ain't never to catch me. I just,
yeah.
hey, yeah. Remember last week? I wasn't at the house. You know, it was just, yeah.
You did the 8 mile thing.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I don't like liars. You know this about me. I don't like liars, and I don't like to be. So.
Can't hear you. Oh yes. So
I'll say. I'm sorry.
Yo, I'm sorry.
No,
I thought it was.
I was going to say something. So for me, my very, very first relationship that I ever was in, it was with somebody that really wasn't that attractive or whatever, but she was a good person, right? She was a good person. I was with this girl for 3 years. Never cheated. I had bomb dimes coming after me when we was in, you know, and I put them to the side like, nah, I'm cool. I'm with her, whatever. She cheated on me. I was like, duh. Like, what? How you want? So, and that was the first time, that was the first person I ever shared emotions with. And so, like, as a man, you're learning about yourself. You're learning how it feels to be hurt. And so, for me, I always remembered that. And I'm like, yo, Like that was like the worst feeling in my life, where you put everything out there on the line and you do everything right, and then you get served. So I never wanted to pay that forward. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was the only reason why I wouldn't do that, because I always think about how I felt in that moment. And I was devastated. I ain't gonna lie. I was effed up. But so I
Yeah.
just I do the courtesy of bowing out if I feel like I need to not be there, and I'll just leave.
Yeah, I feel you, Paul. I was going to touch on that a little bit. I used to say my claim to fame was never being unfaithful to my girlfriend, right? I just feel like, when a woman gives you that how could you look, like when she finally finds out, like that's, I don't think you can recover from that. Like they say to press on, you say, you can work on some things, but in the back of their mind, like it's there. And then as a man, it's there too. So like it's really, really difficult to recover from that. So I always try to avoid that at all costs. It's simply for that, hurting her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just had that question up there. Miss Pretty Amazing says, question, have you guys ever cheated on someone while you guys were actually happy in a relationship?
No. I mean, I've been unhappy and still
didn't cheat.
Yeah.
So I got a question though. If you are the sneaky link, are you cheating, or are you just the receiver of somebody else's,
Huh?
So for example,
you're doing something you ain't supposed to be doing.
But okay, you're not in a relationship.
Oh.
You're not in a relationship, but
Yeah.
the girl you're dating or with is, and you are. So is that still cheating?
Nah.
For me or for her?
For
I'm
you.
I'm just helping out a friend.
Okay, so then it's not. Okay, so it's not. All right, I got you.
Hey, however she handle her relationship, as long as I don't know him, I most likely won't even ask no questions.
But
Come
that
on.
is,
like sometimes that's a better situation to be in, because
no, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not at all. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I'm just trying to gain clarity on, is that actually cheating?
No.
Or is it just you the guy's just being a misfit and the girl's cheating?
No, that's just, to the guy, that's just somebody on the roster.
Okay.
But
if that was marriage though, it would still be if it was marriage, it would be adultery though on both sides.
You mean if she's married?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So how could that not be cheating?
For me, I'm not cheating on anyone.
For both. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
So okay. So let me explain. Let me explain to you.
I'm single.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down to you. All right. Supposedly, right, according to thousands of years ago when marriage evolved, if a man is married to a woman and she cheats or he cheats, whoever the side piece is,
they would stomp him out, right?
Yeah, but
he knew.
Right, and that's considered an adultery situation on both sides.
Yeah.
So does it work that same way for cheating? Is what I'm saying.
Nah, I think in this day and age, it's not. But if you know that I'm married and you still sleep with my wife, you got to come see me.
He don't want to see you. He want to see your wife.
Nah, you got to come
and
see
she obviously want to see him too.
If he's aware of me and my existence, if we know each other,
right,
he got to come see me.
He's not coming to see you. He gonna be busy smashing your wife.
Nah,
right.
Oh damn!
What he gonna see you for? You need to make an appointment next time. I mean, I don't.
It's man law.
He don't care.
Yeah.
My feeling on that is, man,
People, you talking about man law? People don't even care about bro code no more.
If he get caught, then he know he got to come see me.
He don't care. He don't care.
Yeah.
I think it's just to quote Tay Diggs on a movie, signs for my divorce. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's just at that point, she's not the one, because I don't care who comes in the room. You know, it could be Drake or it could be whoever. If she gonna cheat, she gonna cheat. You know, and I'm not holding the guy responsible for that. He didn't walk down the aisle with me. And I understand what you're saying from a man code perspective.
Mm-hmm.
If it's one of my dudes, yeah, I'm gonna find you, bro. But at the end of the day, you know, we will never be cool again, because there are certain things that you just don't do. But at the end of the day, I'll put that on her. You know,
Absolutely.
nobody can go make me cheat on my wife, and I don't think there should be any man in the world that can make her cheat.
Absolutely. That's how.
Unless somebody says, "Hey, man, I'm gonna give you $1 billion. I just want it for the night." Man, y'all have a great time. Is there anything that I can do for you? Let me give you a cheat code. She likes it when you rub her ear like this. And, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I'll make some steak tips that she like.
right.
Pretty much.
Let me order y'all some oysters real quick. Like,
I asked y'all, did oysters work? Y'all said no.
I don't think Jay was on that panel.
Yeah, I was there. I was there.
Yeah.
On top of that, bro, you ain't got to bring it back tomorrow. The next week is fine with me. Like,
Dang.
make the deposit first, though.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Damn, we so off subject. I don't even remember what we was talking about. No
It's
more.
all cheating. We on the same subject. It's all cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheating. Yeah, I can't do the cheating thing. I be feeling so guilty. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Like I don't know. I feel like once I'm at that point where I feel like if I want to cheat, I'm gonna just be out. I'm gonna be like, unfortunately, it just isn't working anymore.
Mhm.
Like I can't. So don't call me no more. I won't call you. And it's so funny because whenever I tell guys that, I think they be thinking I be playing. I said that on a women's panel, I think last night. I was like, yeah. And then like a year later, this dude was like, hey, what's up? I was like, I thought you got the memo. I was like, I know it's been a year, but you still young. Like, I know you remember what I had said. And he was like, oh, you were serious. I was like it's been a year. Like, you let it be forever. Like, I was serious. Like, I'm good. My cutoff game's strong. I just don't got time. I just don't got time for empty-list relationships, fake friendships, even with dudes. Like, if you're not really my friend, if you really like not my dude for real, like, and we don't have nothing in common, like we can't pour into each other. Like, I don't need you in my life, period. Period. Even as a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need no more friends, you know? But if I be like, you know, like what you gonna be in Virginia? Like, I mean, it's a little bit different because it's like, I feel like it's something like, I feel like it could build. But if I feel like it's nothing there, like, yeah, like I'm good. Like, lose my number. Like, come on now, because I don't ever want to be in a situation too where I actually meet somebody I really, really like, and then I gotta cut off like 43,000 guys. You know what I'm saying? Just cause I just had them hanging around. No, I don't need. I know how to change my own tire. I know how to change my own oil. I know how to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can stop. No, I don't need you. I can install my own toilet. Anyway, we're not talking about the funerals. We're talking about, okay. So Nicole would like to know, do the gentlemen have a platonic lady friend they confide in besides us and Sabrina?
Absolutely. I think it's necessary, though. I think it is.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you know, us men, we sit there and we think we want to know that we have the answer, but we get that confirmation from that person. You know.
I'll definitely have, and Sabrina's one of them. I think probably Sabrina was probably the second or third person to know that I was engaged last year. And we talked about all types of stuff in my relationship. And she told me some stuff that she was like, yeah, I don't know about this friend, you know, and true enough, at the end of the day, she was right. You know, and you gotta have, I feel like men and women should have the opposite sex that's truly just a platonic friend. Maybe somebody that's older as well. I feel like everybody should have like an older married couple that they can invite in, that can kind of give you advice and wise counsel based on, you know, they had experience. They've been married for 50 years or this and that and those type of things. I think we talked about that before, but I think it's important, man. Like I lean on some of my female friends when I'm in a situation where I might not understand. I might not be as gentle as I need to be in a situation, and they can tell me whether I'm tripping or not. One of my boys gonna be like, man, you know, he's gonna tell me some hard head answers, you know. But the woman will, you know, to bring them out like, hey, you know, it's okay to, you know, to talk about her feelings, you know, for 2 hours. You know, if that's what she needs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I have quite a few. Admittedly, not all of them, you know, were always platonic, but because there was an emotional tie at some point, you know, it works because, you know, she does still care genuinely, you know, and knows me and we know each other. You know, we can be open and honest with each other and we don't have to hold back. So, you know, there's times where, you know, you would get a text and you already know what it's about. You just be like, he cheating, you know, he cheating. That's the response to the text. He cheating. You already know. There ain't no need to ask me.
I think true to what you were saying, Tyrone, too, is that nobody knows you better than the ex that you know, were with and had experiences with. And a lot of times, if we're not doing the hard work, we're repeating the same exact cycles.
Yeah.
And so my ex, if I talk to her, like, man, she's like, Jay, that's you. You did the same thing with me. And, and you can like, wow. Then that can kind of help you see some things and take the blinders off of some things that you might not have been paying attention to. And then realize that, okay, I got to do this work. Otherwise, it's going to be different names, but the same situation.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that's consistent is you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I definitely have a couple of female friends who I confide in. I actually brought one of them on the show. Somebody who I speak to every day, a married woman with kids, you know, and sometimes you need that person to be like, give you that insight from a female's perspective, like, damn, you know, you shouldn't have said that, or this is how it was looked at a certain way, or just to tell you about yourself, you know, that's a real friend to you that just genuinely loves you and cares for you and gonna give you the real, you know, because you need that real. Sometimes we have friends who fluff it, you know what I mean, and just always on your side. They're your ride or die, you know, but they don't understand sometimes that ride or die means giving you the hard truth about yourself as well. And a lot of people don't get that. So you definitely have to always keep out. For me personally, you have to keep a good female on your team.
Yeah.
Because you guys will give good insight, you know.
Yeah. I have an ex I actually would have brought on the friends date. That's how cool we are.
Paul, would you like to interject?
Kind of, but no.
Okay.
No, I mean, you know, like I said, you know, I have actually two female friends, and then, you know, I have my sister that I also talk to a lot about stuff, you know what I mean, and kind of bounce that off, and yeah, I mean, I think it's necessary. Like I said, my one of my best friends, I've known her for about 20 years now. You know, when we started out, you know how when you meet somebody and you think you want to date them, and then it's just like, man, I just want to give you a hug because you feel like my sister. It was that type of situation, but you know, they've been with me through different relationships, meaning they've understood and known exactly, you know, how I move and all that other stuff. They know what it is, and they would give me perspective, check me if I'm going too hard, or you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I definitely got those in the wing for sure.
Okay. All right. So moving forward, we're going to go to the next topic, but I definitely wanted to address Deborah Dupree. It's okay to need someone, Sabrina. Men want to feel needed. Honey, let me tell you something. I absolutely need someone. I want someone. I do, but not on the terms and the thoughts of how I think a lot of people, because I know in one panel, someone was like, Sabrina, you know, you want somebody, like who doesn't want to like have a man? Let me tell you something. Just because I know how to change the toilet don't mean I want to change the toilet is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. It's a difference. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. I'm going to let my man be a grown ass man up in here. Okay. So let's not get that confused. All right. Yeah. Like that's what I decide. Like, yeah, when I do finally decide to settle down with a man, he is going to be a manly man. Understand that. And I'm going to let him every night. I mean, every chance. I mean, you know exactly what I mean. Okay. I was just turning left after dark. Okay. So what do you guys consider wifey material? Like the top tier when you meet her, like she is that's my wife. If I could build my wife, this is how I would have her, how I would make her, how I would want her, how I would need her.
Does that include physical too, or just we talking just
all of the above? Because a lot of people leave that out. I want a man that's this. I want a woman that's intelligent. I want my man to be fine. Okay, that's number one. Okay. Like, let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why people leave that out, because they just don't want to seem like there's like, come on now, keep it real, y'all. Like, keep it real.
Well, while Jay takes this, I'm gonna dig in my wood. And,
oh,
I'm gonna dig in my wood and listen.
I mean,
pause.
I'll go. Shoot, I'll go. I mean, since we're being honest, I feel like it's important that she's pleasing to the eye, right? And I'm okay with, like a private pretty, like a secretive pretty, I think that fellas will understand what that means. Somebody that's like beautiful, but not like fine or gorgeous, if that makes sense. I think she would have to be happy already, would have figured out a lot of things in life, but not necessarily someone that has all the answers, right? Because that can get annoying, someone that allows me to be emotionally vulnerable, where I don't have to worry about her, exploding. I don't have to worry about her, saying the wrong things when she's upset, and someone that understands that, I'm essentially just asking her to supplement us, not necessarily, help me or be support for me, but to supplement us. So whatever she's bringing is just gonna, supplement what I already have, and I think that's a really, really, that's a really good start right there. But obviously, I've never popped the question on anyone, so I'm not an expert at that. But I do feel like at this point, I do have an idea of what that would take, and if I ever felt that, I wouldn't hesitate.
I'll be honest, man. I really don't know. I don't know what wifey material looks like. I don't have a set goal. Like, I've been married before, and and at one point I married off of what the potential could be, and then the fact that we have kids together was another selling point. And just trying to make sure that I was being the right father, and I had the visionary of, I don't want to be that dude who allows the mother of his children to bear that whole load on its own and whatever. So that was part of what I thought was, kind of my perspective of wedding or marriage and all of that stuff. Wifey material, so to speak. I don't really I don't know. It's just the woman that I feel connected with. She doesn't have to be beautiful. I actually don't like extremely beautiful women. I like women that are, um, you know, earthly, where they don't look like they've been created by something else other than a mother and a father, if that makes sense. Um, I'm good with the plain Jane and somebody that you can talk to, that you can listen to, that you can lay there at night and just laugh or whatever, just cause you know life is just funny because you're happy. Um, not like a checklist. Just got to be good energy, has to, be able to gel well in the house. And, if I go down, you can step up. Pretty simple.
What about you, Anthony?
For starters, I love natural women. I love women that don't put so much emphasis on stepping out the house with a full face on every time they step out the house. You know what I mean? Just comfortable in herself and in her being. I love a woman that's just emotionally intelligent. I could definitely see that. Realistic. I don't really do well with the fairy tales. Life happens, things happen. It's not gonna always be a upslope fairy tale. You're gonna have challenges. A person that definitely knows a lot of conflict resolution skills and know how to put them into work. Other than that, just somebody who's ambitious. I love consistency. You show me a woman that's a consistent person, now to tell me a lot about her, how she manages her life, how she manages herself by her consistency and devotion towards the things that she loves. Um, that's pretty much it. Also, some kind of spirituality. Doesn't have to be religious, but some sort of spirituality is important with me as well. That's it. Not much, the rest can be worked on.
Mm, mm, mm. That's good that you hit on that, because Anissa actually asked, would you guys marry outside of your race, religion, and nationality? Interesting. What about you, Jay?
And on that last one, what I married outside, that's something I've been thinking about lately. So I'm not sure. I think I would. There's certain things that I would consider, and there's certain things that I definitely wouldn't. Some melanin is important to me. Um, it's a unification thing, and I've got kids as well, and so it's just what I find is beautiful for me. But you just never know what when God puts in front of you. Just be ready for it. Yeah, and then the other one was, what am I looking for in my person? Is that what it is?
Yeah, like, what do you consider wifey material for you?
A woman that knows her own worth. Just something simple to me. One of the sexiest things I've seen a woman do is just have like a beautiful, confident walk. It's just that thing, like how you present yourself, man. The confidence. I want somebody. You don't have to have all the boss titles and this and that, but just that internal confidence, your internal light shining through. Yeah. When you can see God in somebody, that's a beautiful thing for me.
Yes. Okay. All right, ladies, you heard it. So if y'all are like, wifey material, so let me ask y'all something. So this is a question that I personally wanted to know. And since we're talking about this, and this is real quick. So I have someone that I know that actually was married. Let's say they were married for 20 years. And they recently got a divorce. And let's say, for instance, they were divorced for a year. And they met someone, and now they're in a full-blown relationship with this person, at least for a year now. So they were married for 20 years, divorced for a year. Now they've been in a relationship for a year. But this gentleman is of age. He's our age. He is done with kids, but she's like in her early 40s and she wants kids. I want you guys' opinion. What do you think he's doing with her? Do you really feel like, I feel like he's selling her a dream, and I think it's really, really sad.
Okay, wait.
I think the question is, what is she doing with him?
Because I think he's selling her a dream and she bought it.
what's the dream? He already
What if-
told you that he
Yeah.
don't want no kids.
Yeah,
So she should leave.
exactly. She's sitting around in hopes that she's going to change his mind, but he's telling you
That's
exactly what he wants. So she's wrong. She needs to go.
Yeah. If you still decide to stay after I done told you,
Well,
And that's
bells,
what
bells.
I've learned on these panels is usually when y'all say stuff like that, like y'all be meaning it. And it's women, like it's a lot of women out here that really think like they can change your minds.
yeah,
Dang. She
Something
done
like
sold
that,
her
yeah.
own self a dream.
something like that, especially if he let it come out of his mouth, he's serious.
Yeah. And I know like he ain't trying to have no more kids. And I know she wants to be married with kids.
Mhm.
Yeah, so at that point, if she's sitting around hanging out, then she wasting her own time. He told you what it was.
Right.
Uh,
He may never ever tell her about that doctor's appointment either. So
dang.
Nip snip.
That's a
Well,
sad thing. And it's funny because like this is a real life situation. And I actually think like I thought that maybe like they had like stopped dealing with each other, but I had saw them at an event like this past weekend. And I was like, oh shoot. I'm like, they're hanging in strong. I'm like, he's really wow. So I mean, I just don't know. But you're right. It ain't him, it's her.
And she about to be real mad in a year from now.
facts.
Real mad.
Big man, super man. All right, moving on.
I've heard of guys doing that though, getting a snip and then not telling the other person.
Yes, I've
Oh.
heard about that too.
And she's thinking she's broke.
Right, look,
The
and he
whole
going
time.
all in, shooting the club up every night, and she's just trying to figure out why.
What's wrong with
All
me?
about AK just spraying it. Don't shoot that mother.
he's
Oh
like,
my
he
goodness.
up there like, pull.
Oh,
She out here thinking, damn, he really liked me. He really trying to have my baby.
These streets are not okay, man. It's not okay.
It's not.
It's not okay.
It's
Yeah,
not.
That's crazy.
And
Yeah.
I really honestly feel like he's someone that would do something like that. He would go in. Yeah, I
Hey,
would.
what y'all be saying? It's y'all body, right? It's his body.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I'm at a place I don't want no more kids. Maybe like 3 years ago, I would have considered it, but I wasn't gonna be working and stuff. Like you was gonna be taking care of me while I carry this child for you. But now, my
That's
birthday.
a long. Yeah, that's a long road, man.
I hope you
Long
catch
road.
that damn Nat Taro. I promise.
I know.
Like,
Hey, you gotta get the chopsticks, dog. You gotta get
exactly. Daniel-san.
I need to pull out my inner Obama and just
Shout out to all the people that are old enough to understand that reference. Thank you, Sabrina. I appreciate you.
That's why we friends. Okay. So how long before you ask, this is the last topic, guys. How long before you ask your woman, your girlfriend, your side chick, your homie lover friend, how long it gotta take for me to get the ring? How long it gotta take?
Longer than it took you to ask that question, but I'm just messing with you. I'll let the fellow go. You know my answer, Sabrina, because you just saw me do it. But yeah, evidently needs to be longer. Evidently needs to be longer. But
I think you need at least a year, right? I think you need at least a year to get that clarity, at least a year to get through, a lot of the tough situations that comes in a relationship, because you can coast, for a long time. You can be happy at the beginning for a while. And then sometimes, the the things that you realize are a deal breaker may not come out right away. So I feel like especially if you're not asking those types of questions or having those types of conversations, it's going to take at least a year. It may
Yeah,
be
I
on
agree with
my
that.
mind, but I won't say it.
I feel like, and I agree with you. I feel like you need to wait about a year before, but I think also you should try living with that person for an additional year, because you won't know what the hell you got until you bring it under the same roof. And that's when you start to really see the trigger get pulled. And you'll see how folks really, respond in certain situations, you know, instead of, the fluff that you see from behind closed doors. Because you can do anything and then go home and retreat and do whatever you do. But when you face with with the fire and you got to walk through it, how do you get through the other side? So,
I need to at least have it triggered in my mind that you're a person I see marrying at least 6 months to a year. Like I need to be consistently dating you. I need to be seeing you all the time. I need to be in your space. You need to be in mine. I just need to feel like, okay, cool. You know what? This is a person I actually see me spend the rest of my life with. This is a woman I could do this and this with. So about 6 months to a year, I want to say.
I'd say for me, I was watching something not too long ago, and some of y'all may have seen the video, and it was, I believe it was a pastor, and he was saying something: you need to be with somebody for at least 4 seasons. You need to be able to see them go through some loss, how they grieve. Does that throw them off their rocker and send them back into their old ways of addiction or whatever those things are? You need to be able to see people process life, go through the good stages and the bad stages. And I think that's my answer. So, I mean, previously I was, look, if I meet the woman of my dreams tomorrow, then I'll be able to marry her in a very short amount of time. But I've since learned that time is one of those things that's necessary. You just have to see how people react to situations. And it doesn't mean that they're not the right person, but you need to know what their reaction is. So that way, when that happens again, that you can know how to show up for them, even if you still choose to be with them. It makes sense for you to know what their needs are in that moment. Unless you've seen somebody go through those things, you're not going to know what their needs are.
So my A-list journey says a man usually knows within 6 months.
I think we know before, to be honest with you, but it's whether we should execute on proposing or not. But we know, first date, whether there's potential for the long term. I think it's just like the same thing with women. Whether you want to, how if a man has got the criteria to move forward, it's just you waiting for him to say some dumb stuff, and we usually do.
It's funny too, because when you depending on the equalization in a relationship, right? So whoever has the bigger chips, in other words, the breadwinners and stuff like that, whether it be the male or the female, they perform differently, I think, once they get the title or they get the ring or whatever, and then you start seeing people either bossing up or pulling back some, and those true colors start to really flow. So, I mean, I don't know. 6 months, yeah, you kind of do get a good window of that person, and you know whether or not you can build or if you should exit, right? At that point. The other 6 months, if you hang in there, it's usually spent really building and trying to hone in on what the glue is there. You know what I mean? And then once that glue is solidified, you pretty much are teetering on that edge. I really do want to do this, but I'm scared, or I don't know for sure, or there's something that I still got to find out about that person. But you're more in than you are out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I also feel too, if you just feel like you're not getting this person's representative, and you can tell when a person knows who they are. a person who's confident that actually knows who they are. A lot of people walking around here, and those people who put up these fronts are people that don't necessarily know who they are yet. They're still trying to figure it out. So if you deal with a person that is giving 100%, you can tell, you know, by the way they move and they're speaking to you, the kind of conversations that you're having early on, you'll know exactly where you stand with this person and where you're going to take it with them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while for that whole facts report to come back.
Sometimes that download, right?
You got to refresh. Got to refresh it next quarter. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
Man, that's brother. I got a question for y'all, man. How much of the whole facts is important? If it's recent mileage,
it's very. So I was gonna ask that question. Like, do bodies matter?
body counts, yeah.
Count matter.
Look, what you don't know won't hurt you.
I think
know
the
what I
person, you know, matters.
Maybe medically.
As well.
Yeah.
You know, you got a car. You know, the driver was a terrible driver. You know.
Yeah.
You may want another car.
City miles and country miles are different miles too. You know what I mean? Like if it's city miles and you had 150,000, it's only 3 years old, we got a problem.
Hey, for real.
Because them city streets got potholes and all kinds of stuff, man. You don't want it. Country miles.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't want. Yeah, you definitely don't want to lay down with a woman where, you know, babies just tumble out of there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It took me a second to process that, bro.
I can say I'm gonna go. Y'all don't need it. When you're ready for me to come back, let me know.
They all ain't the same.
Oh,
Hey, look.
yeah.
So it does matter.
I won't ask you. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I just want to know if he in the room. You know?
Yeah, that's important. That's important.
If he in the room, I think I need to know.
I mean, do you really want to know though? I mean, at the end of the day, do you really want to know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't want the brother all in your face and everything, and kiki and smiling and everything, but don't you feel like that's gonna change your energy? You know, towards him. Nah?
I mean, not towards her, but maybe towards him. Yeah, I need to.
He ain't do nothing to you. He'll be before though. It happened before you.
He could be on some slick shit, and I didn't know their past. Now it's different. Now his comments is different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? His jokes ain't jokes no more.
Right. I need to know if there's going to be a certain level of disrespect so I can handle it accordingly.
Got it.
You know, so let me know. Don't let me be the last one in the room to know. And it's not gonna bother me. I just want to know so that way I can handle things accordingly. And like Ty said, if he's saying some slick stuff and he think I don't know, then I might just hee ha ha laugh it off when it really should be, oh, okay, is that where we're going, bro? Because you know, it's opportunity for whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. I mean, my ego not that fragile. I understand she may have been with people before.
Yeah.
But it depends on, you know, how he react.
And I do the same though. I'll give him a heads up and say, hey, you know, I used to date the young lady over there. So that way she can then know when the girl comes over, when the young lady comes over, and there's conversations that are being had, exactly what the experiences have been in between me and her. So that way she's not the one left out.
Right.
Now, if it's 3 brothers in the room, we need to have a conversation. How big is the room? Number one, is this a convention? Is it you know what I'm saying? Like, is it an alumni party and that's a school you went to? So just is it, you know what I mean? Like, you just I'm at a construction convention and that was your type for a couple of years. Like, what's the I need to know context.
Well, it may get to a point where you can't even go nowhere.
Right. We just ordering in. Well, I ain't dealing with that tonight. We gonna pay $20 for the movie to get it when it come out, but just watch it at the house.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. The city kind of small. Y'all might have to move out of the city to have a successful relationship. I don't know,
man. Because my thing is, I am aware of that when I'm dating, to be careful about my experiences. And so I want a woman that's also been considerate and careful as well, even if I wasn't in the picture, just for your own personal, I don't want to be that girl around town. If I can think of that as a man, then I definitely want you to do. I'm also that same way about toes. If I can keep my toes in line, I'm gonna expect yours to be in line too. You know, tells me a lot about you.
Yeah. So y'all wouldn't date like a girl with like crusty toes, or like the boomerang toes? Oh, we lost Jay.
Oh, we talking about toes and not his analogy.
I'm talking about like real toes. Like, what if she had crusty feet, but everything else was perfect? Like, she was your wifey material.
Rap. That's a wrap.
I ain't saying nothing about physical stuff for real.
We're gonna have a toe budget.
Toes.
We're gonna have a toe budget, and if that still don't help, then we got some issues.
It's different. If you have, used to be, whatever. I mean, everybody doesn't have the prettiest toes. It's more about, are you taking care of them? And they don't need to be, have a French tip and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, are you doing your own personal maintenance? To me, that's personal maintenance. And your feet are just as important as other areas of interest.
All right. So just as long as you're getting in between them toes, I think you're good. You just get in between them.
But what if she not? What if she not getting in between them? And like I said, she is.
Now you'll know. You'll know if they ain't getting in between them.
So
there's something we need to have a conversation. Like, if you're not, like,
athlete's foot, you're not an athlete,
right? Just like if I'm not manscaping, then that's a conversation we need to have, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Corns, actually, you know what? Corns are actually okay. I see Miss Pretty Amazing. I'm sorry. I just looked at the chat. But corns, sometimes some of the shoes, being a woman, and I've never been one, but being a woman is a pain. I would be an ugly woman. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not getting my hair, nails done all the time. I'm not doing the brows. I'm not doing none of that. God knew what he was doing when he made me a man. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate you, because I would be the most untamed woman out in these streets.
You say that all the time.
So for, if you have corns, 9 times out of 10 is because you had heels on. And some of these, I've dated girls that like the nicer the shoe, the more painful the experience for the woman, most times. So if you got your what's the ones, the East, the shoes, some of those things, it does a lot of y'all's feet. So I'm understanding of that. But can you manicure the corns? You can't. I mean, once they're there, they're there. But if the toes are straight and there's corns, I'm cool with that. That's
right.
But
make it look like you tried. I
was about to say, yeah, but because I'm gonna keep it 100, because I wear Louboutins, I wear heels, I've worn heels. I keep them on high. I like heels, okay? And but you still have to take care of feet. I know some people can't help it, but the thing is I'm gonna just say this, ladies. Once you realize your big toe is starting to lean this way, and you do have corns, just know that it's okay to put the heels down.
Or that middle toe come over like this.
I'm just saying it's time to put the heels down.
The last toe.
Yeah, because it just means, like, at this point, you're not caring enough about yourself. Because I did come to a point where I was like, you know what? I don't got to keep them on high all the time. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times too, like, I won't wear heels and I'll be like, it's really not that serious. Like, it is what it is. They're going to get these cute flats and we just going to keep it moving. Because, like, if y'all know, I wore heels, okay? I danced and I twerked in heels, okay? Let's keep it 100. My feet don't look like that. My feet don't look like that. And I'm sure I've done way more, huh? I put them on camera. I'm not ashamed of my feet. I'm just saying, I've done way more.
What Boosie say?
Shoot, I gotta back up more. I put them on camera. I'm not ashamed.
What else for the cash app?
I'm not. Look.
Okay.
I got pretty feet.
Okay. All right.
Right in everything.
The DMs are starting right now. The DMs are starting right now.
Oh, golly. Hey, Sadora. I'm talking about how pretty my feet do not.
Like, mommy, why your feet there?
No, thank you. She tell the truth. They pretty, but they stink. Okay. We need to get you good foot soak. I'm gonna Amazon some to you right now.
Go into the
Foot
room.
deodorizer.
Don't entertain her, Jay.
I believe the babies don't lie. She say your feet stink your feet. I'm gonna send you some foot deodorizer so that way you on your next break you're not out here funking her brother car up.
In between my toes.
Don't wear no open toes for the next week or so. Let's get that knocked out.
I got pretty feet. But I don't like nobody
wash your feet.
touching them and stuff. I don't like nobody touching them and stuff. But all I'm trying to say is that at the end of the day, I think I have done a lot more than the normal woman out here in heels. And I'm just saying, women, we have to take care of our feet. I don't even know how we got on this subject, but take care of your feet. It's important. You don't gotta, like, I know you wearing the heels for you and maybe sometimes for the dudes, but once they start, you know what I'm saying? Because like my mom, she had to get surgery. You know how the bunions be sticking out on the side? It was painful for her to wear shoes and walk and stuff like that. And it's from wearing heels, wearing shoes that don't fit you properly. You can't do that. But anyway.
Send me an address. I'm looking up some foot deodorizer. I got it.
Did y'all hear something? She was like, "Oh, Ma, you nasty."
She thought you was OnlyFans getting paid to show your feet.
Hey.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh,
I have pretty feet. Like I take extra care of my feet. As a matter of fact, I do my own pedicures on purpose because I be feeling like that $50 I spend to go get pedicures, they don't clean my feet as good as I clean my feet. Like keeping it 100. I don't even pay no more. I be like, how you give me a whole pedicure in 17 minutes and it's $50? But when I do it at home, it'd be like an hour and a half. I'd be like, what? So no. But anyway.
I found the product for you. I got you.
Yeah, we gotta get Sabrina. Man, she's
my feet don't stink.
Damn.
I believe the babies. My daughter will tell you the whole truth about me, and it's all right. I got you.
She's trying to be funny.
That's easy fix. That's an easy fix.
Every panel, Sabrina go in about something.
Look like a good place for a sticker.
What else have I gone in about? What else have I gone in about?
Yeah.
Stop picking on. No, y'all have to tell me.
Jay.
It's so funny. I don't know what's funny. I don't like it when y'all pick on me.
Come back. P.O. come back, bro.
We're not picking on you, Sabrina.
We not. We your brothers.
Yeah.
We your brothers. We're your brothers. No, but I can appreciate that. But I think that's what I was saying. Like, so it's not about a woman being able to, you don't have to go spend $50 or this and that. You can knock your pedicure out at the house as long as what my man on Friday say. They tens, but I keep them clean.
I bet you a lot of people don't even know what. They don't know what you talk about, Jay. You gonna have to. You got to explain because people in the chat they're gonna be like, "What's 10 what? Like what is it?" Because they're not dubs.
Yeah, no.
They got the spinners.
They got the spinners. They spinning. But thank you for putting your feet on camera, though. I feel like there's gonna be some people in your DM.
I don't think so, but I do have pretty feet. Like, why am I have pretty feet, but they gonna stink? Like, make it make sense. I mean, I see what you're trying to say.
You could have gotten for that. You could have got money for that shot. There's dudes out here that's paying for that.
It is the internet. It will be screenshotted
and got to start it again, Jay.
Yeah.
You said what?
So you just hit the repeat button and got to start it again.
My bad.
No, listen. No, okay. So because a lot of people think that OnlyFans is just about like that kind of activity, but it's not, because it wasn't even started like that. It was started for like not entrepreneurs, but like artists and creatives and stuff like that, to be able to go to a platform and have someone like, okay, for example, or have some people. For example, there's this one girl that I read about. She does like exercise stuff on OnlyFans, and she sells like meal plans and workout, like specific workouts targeting just to that person. I'm being serious, you guys. So look, she made a lot of money. So yes, but there is this one girl, she does, and we still haven't seen her face to this day, but she says she's made well over 6 figures selling feet pics. Like, it is people doing like all kinds of different things out there. Like, there's this one girl, she does hair and stuff like that. So yeah, like people
Her
should
name
just
is Lexa, because we ain't never seen her face either. Anyway.
Look, if you put your OnlyFans in the chat, Sabrina, if you're trying to tell us you got a feet,
I'm not about that.
a foot, if you got a foot side up.
Let me tell you something. Right. I was going to say, people need to stop sleeping on OnlyFans. They need to stop sleeping on OnlyFans. I feel like if you are creative but you know what? There are other platforms too, because now those people have I'm trying not to say too much because I'm not trying to get demonetized, but there are, those people have made it bad. So there's other platforms now for other people to go to. You know what I mean? Because like when I first heard about OnlyFans, like I didn't know it was like that until I found out it was like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's people out here that's doing some real stuff that was on OnlyFans. That's why it's called OnlyFans, like it's for the creatives and like the designers and stuff like that. For real. But now they have other platforms. Anyway. But they're gonna take over those platforms too. So
Soul Toes.
Whatever. Y'all keep playing. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with. I'll see someone. Yeah, look, my Cash App at the bottom of the screen. You know what I'm saying? You want something? Let me know. I don't got no problems. Each pick is $300 a picture. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? It's $300 for a picture. If you want to do a polish change, it's an additional $75. Okay. Do a polish. If you want me to go live while I do my toes, that's actually $1,000. You can watch. It'll be $1,000 per video.
You can sell funky socks.
Look, why it was this dude. Yo,
wear the socks and then wear.
I know a girl that sells her gym underwear.
Yes, there's a guy that sells
funky gym underwear.
Yes. Wow. I'm talking about dirty socks. This one dude I saw, it was like an article I was reading. This one dude, he sells his dirty socks, his dirty underwear and stuff like that. He sells his socks for like $100 and they be buying them. Yeah. He just wear them around the house and they be dirty and he be like, these are my dirty socks. He'd be like, I'm going to put these on the website. And I went to his website and they was on his website for like $100. And it was a bunch of stuff that had like sold. Yes.
I know a girl that buys $8 panties, blows her snot in them, and sells them for $200 in a box.
Because they think it's not snot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff that people pay for, man.
What?
I'm just trying to find business opportunities in this right now, to be honest with you. I'm like, funky gym shirt on right now.
Oh my gosh.
Jay's like, I don't wash like $1,200.
Right. I'm wearing money right now. I'm tripping.
Right.
Crazy.
If anybody that's want to pay for these drawers, I gotta put something in the chat.
Right.
So right. These babies need to eat.
Look, Girls Club says she heard about a girl that sold her farts in a jar. It's people out here that buying crazy stuff, even on eBay. I remember this guy or something, he found a rock and it was like the shape of like a public figure, or it looked like a public figure or something like that. And like, I don't know if it was a rock or not. It was something crazy like that. Like, I don't know, let's just say it was a rock. And he sold it for like $500,000 or something crazy like that. Like people be really, like it's a weird world out here. But anyway,
okay.
Enough about that. Oh my God, SJ. I can't, you know what? I can't even be in the chat right now. Y'all are just as worse. I can't. Oh my God. Like I can't right now. Oh my God. All right, guys. Are we done with the last how long before you ask a woman to marry you? Did everyone go around and Yes.
Yeah, we did it.
All right. So with that being said, oh my God, let's everyone go around, introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are again, how they can find you, where they can find you on your socials. Please discuss anything that you're working on that you would like to share with everyone, and then we're going to wrap it up.
What's up, everybody? Tyrone Wilson. You can catch me at Ty Wilson 21 everywhere. I was on Ready to Love DC. I do have some projects coming out about my adventures. I've been bringing my drone everywhere, so you should see some of those videos come out shortly.
Okay.
What's going on? I am _Anthony Martin NP, Ready to Love Miami 2.0. Find me on my platforms, doing what I do best.
P.O.
Yo, what's goody? It's your man, P.O. Ready to Love Potomac, living like I'm not in prison.
Oh.
The end.
Jay.
Living free.
Do I always have to follow PO after he does one of those? I would like to go before.
Delivering. It's hard to try to deliver after
It makes it awkward for me. But thank you for that, PO. But now I'm just messing with you, bro. J. Brad, and currently I'm about to start researching how much I can sell my socks for online. If you're interested, IG at J. Brad, and let me know how much these should go for. Other than that, that's all I'm working on as the last 3 minutes.
All right, y'all. That's a wrap. Good night. Love you guys.